What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing amazing. I've been looking forward to this conversation all week. So we brought on one of our clients here. This is Miranda, Miranda Bazin. Good to see you. Miranda, could you share a little bit about where you are based out of and a little bit about your business?
Sure. I am based out of Odenton, Maryland, and we are accounting and advisory businesses, as well as payroll, financial coaching, a lot of financial services. So, yeah.
Cool. And
I guess you know what? I forgot to say taxes because that's one of the the most important things.
Mhm. And more advisory now that we started working together, but yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
But yeah, so we are recording this on a Friday. So how's your Friday going, Miranda? Good?
So far, so good. It's very busy, but it's good. It's good.
Good. Well, I'm excited to dive in with you. I know that you've had some pretty big, awesome wins the last couple of weeks, especially. So I really want to dive in with you, just about where you were when we started and just, how we've progressed since we've started. So can you share, I guess, just to start off, like where were we when you started working with us? Where were you, and where was your business at?
Um, it was at a interesting place. I would say that we were pretty much maybe breaking even, but there were some times like where I wouldn't pay myself just to make sure that our employees got paid. So yeah, it was actually kind of a low place, honestly. And I was kind of at the point like I either have to do something or I'm gonna have to try something else because this business it's just not gonna survive like this.
Hmm.
So I was borderline about to give up, honestly.
Wow. Wow. I'll go back to getting a job or what?
Nah. full
Uh-uh.
time full time stay at home mom was for me.
Uh-huh.
No, I had thought about it, but I was just going to try something else, another area of entrepreneurship or something.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what do you think were the biggest challenges like when we started? Like what did you think was where were you struggling?
I was struggling with pricing. I knew that I wasn't charging enough, but I didn't know how to charge enough, how to package. Like I didn't know. But I mean, that was the struggle because I knew that something had to change. I just didn't know how to do it. And then I also knew that I didn't have the um not the education, but I didn't have the experience. So
Hmm.
I didn't know how to do it.
Sure. Okay. Absolutely. And I think pricing's definitely something that we worked together on. But when
Yeah.
we do you remember when we started out of the gate, what were some things that we implemented, just getting started with you to start addressing some of these problems?
Well, the thing that sticks out is that I was already offering advisory services. Like I was already doing them. I just was doing them for free. So that kind of made it easier for me to start trying to sell it or implement it. Trying to think, what happened right away? I mean, that just stands out to me right there. And then I guess I would say the calls, being able to see other people with the same struggles or even different struggles, but just knowing that you're not alone. Like those evening calls that you have, I would say that's probably most impactful, honestly.
Mhm. Right. I think I was going to say that too, is like you're definitely not alone when it comes to where you started from, where you were offering you were already doing advisory, but you weren't communicating it in how you were selling what you were doing.
Mhm.
So you were having trouble commanding, I think, the pricing that you wanted to get for your services that we've been able to shift you to. So,
Yeah.
and I think, having the community, a group of like-minded accountants and advisors and tax pros, really come together and really support each other,
Yeah.
acknowledge each other's challenges, like, pricing and dealing with those issues. I think is so powerful. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
I agree. I agree.
yeah, and it's been so cool seeing you guys just really, support each other and all of us coming together and just cheering each other on. So, I think that's been super cool to see. Uh, but I, let's talk a little bit about, like, what was the first advisory deal that you did sell? What was the price point on that?
1,500 a month.
1,500 a month, right? And had you ever offered anything at 1,500 a month before?
No.
No.
And I was terrified.
Uh-huh. Right. That's what I wanted to get into. So you're terrified, and that's that's completely normal. Like, there's probably people watching this right now that'll be watching the recording that'll probably feel that nervousness just hearing that number, right?
Well,
And
can I tell them where it started from?
yeah.
I went from $300 a month to $1,500 a month for the same client, the same cheap client.
Wow. Wow. So are you
Yeah.
saying you're saying it wasn't necessarily about getting in front of eight-figure business owners, or even, these bigger businesses to make this happen?
No, it was about allowing them to see the value,
Hmm.
because it's always been there, but it's really just putting it together and proposing it in a way where they can actually see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some ways that you think you've switched from how you've presented it? And I know your husband's been involved on the sales end as well, but, like, how you guys have presented it differently so that your prospects see the value.
It's the it's the it's more so we automatically like include accounting and bookkeeping. So the way that we kind of like show it is the value that it adds to the future, because accounting and bookkeeping for the most part, that's all looking at the past.
Hmm.
So now we're communicating the value in planning for things, having somebody beside you as you make decisions, and looking at what are your goals for the company, how do you want to grow, okay, what's the impact on taxes, and like I said, it's stuff that we were doing already before, but now we're communicating about it in like real time and kind of like walking beside the business owner as they make decisions.
Hmm.
Did that
Absolutely.
answer the question?
What was that?
Did that answer the question?
Yeah, you did. You did. Absolutely. And I think, like, when you're doing your discovery with prospects, or if you're upgrading a current client, or if you're talking to a new prospect, asking those higher level questions about, in the future, what they're looking to build, where do they want to take this business to down the road? Do they want to sell it? Do they want to retire? Do they want to be able to vacation more and be able to align what your services and what you're doing as a way to help them get what they want down the road in the future, right?
Mhm.
It's not just about putting the numbers together in the past and looking backwards, even though
Right,
that's a big
right.
part of that, right? We need to have the data, but it's also saying, hey, we can help you, move towards your goals together, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you've been able to do that, which has been awesome.
And
Um,
and the good thing about it too is that I think it helps the relationship. And I can get excited as well. So it's the accounting, it's kind of fun. Like before, it's like, okay, I'm doing the work, and I know what I'm doing, categorize this, okay. But now it's more so like while I'm doing stuff, I'm thinking about stuff, or I'll write something down just based on the conversation we had. And it's become more pleasurable to do my job.
mhm. Yeah, I think you get to be more hands-on in the impact. Like, there's more
Mhm.
impact involved in what you're doing, and you're creating transformation for your client. Um, and I think
And
that's always yeah, I mean, it's the truth though, right?
it it is though, because so far the clients love it. They love it. Yeah.
Wow. How about that? That's so cool.
Oh, how about that?
Well, with that, I always think the biggest challenge is really going from 0 to 1 with these things, right? Like getting your first one through the door, because since you've landed that first one, we're moving pretty quick, I'd say, right? So, so far we're doing good. Uh, what was what do I want to say? What was the like? I know how tough it can be to really say that price point, right? Say that investment, 1,500 a month, right? And say it confidently. What were some things that were there some tips or something that you would say to, someone watching this about, maybe about getting like saying the price or about their mindset around that?
Here's my tip: pray to the Lord to give you strength.
Yeah. That's, I
Yeah,
mean, have some faith.
have some faith, and then write it down,
Mm,
and just make up your mind, like, I'm not going beneath this. I don't care what they say, because they, like, people can easily talk you down from 1,500 to 500, but they don't treat it the same. I'm telling you,
mhm.
when here's the thing. Oh, I got to tell you. So we were having a presentation with a client that we just bought on. Right now, our former price point was $300. So we were talking, and he really loved everything that we had to say. He was like, yeah, he was like, I met with some accountants, and they were only going to charge me $300 a month. And he was like, I just didn't see like what I would be getting from that. So even he was looking at that price point like, ugh, like
Yeah.
they can't be worth anything if they're like charging 300 and you're charging, this price point is actually 2,000.
Hmm.
So, and I'm like, no, knowing just last year that was me.
Yeah, yeah. And just increasing the price point increases the perceived value of what you're doing by itself. So,
And
yeah,
you know what else it does too?
what's that?
It changes the client. Like, you get a more
It does.
serious client as well,
Yep.
because the clients at the lower price point, they've just been falling off. Like, oh, I can't afford it. So, okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They're invested, they're financially invested in their
Mhm.
success, so they're going to show up, right?
Yep.
Um, that's the same thing if you see somebody invest more in a weight loss boot camp, or they invest more in a fitness transformation, they're more likely to show up. So I think there's some similarities there, right?
After
Um,
our meeting, the reason I'm going to personal training is because I pay a personal trainer. I can't go to the gym. Like, there's an LA Fitness that I could walk to. It's like $35 a month. I won't, trust me, I won't go. but, but that personal trainer, I pay him. I'm coming.
There you
He
go.
gets paid well.
Yeah,
I'm on my way.
there you go. And so since we landed that, since you've landed that deal and you brought that in, um, you since what's the highest price point that you've brought in so far?
2,000 a month.
Nice. Okay. So we've gone from 1,500, and then we've pretty quickly gone up to 2,000 a month now. So we're still moving up, and it's still going well. Sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, was it easier to go from 300 to 1,500 or 1,500 to 2,000?
1,500 to 2,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's just like you have to prove it to yourself once, and how much easier has it gotten it once you've really proved to yourself you can sell at that price point?
I'm going to 2,500.
Yes, I love it. Uh,
No, but it depends. I think it depends on the client and the needs. One person I quoted, because they sound like, because there is the accounting aspect to it as well. So I know advisory is the big piece, but this person needed a lot of accounting as well.
mhm,
So
mhm,
I did quote him between 3 to 5,000,
right.
and I
Yep.
wasn't afraid to do it because I know the work that's in. I know how much work I need to put in to get 1,500, and being as though I'm seeing what's required, I know that, okay, if this is the amount of work with 1,500, then we're gonna have to like pretty much double that, because it's
Mhm,
double the work, if not more, on the
right,
account side.
right. And I
Yeah.
think the cool thing is at these price points at the 1,500, 2K, you get into more the technical, you have some more technical accounting stuff going on at 3 to 5K. You have the margin there to be able to delegate, right? So that way you can bring in team at these price points so that you're not
Right,
working
right.
100% of the time in the business, and you can be Miranda, you could show up as the CEO and be the business owner for this thing. And you have the margins to do it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So um what
I hadn't gotten there yet with my thought process, but
yep.
yeah.
We're gonna have a conversation here shortly, by the way. We haven't talked about this yet, but where do you see your business going from here? Like what's next?
Um, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this
I
is
don't
pretty
know.
recent. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's very recent. I'm thinking obtaining a handful more of clients because we are offering now. We want to put together something like we're inspired by what you do, but we want to put together a group of entrepreneurs that come together and discuss on a weekly basis just
Mhm.
certain things that they're dealing with just as entrepreneurs. Because for us, I would say that all of our clients are minorities, and the resources may not be available, like just as far as entrepreneurs or business owners. I shouldn't say resources, but like for me, I don't really, outside of y'all, I don't know any other accountants that look like me that I can just feel comfortable talking to, reaching out to. So
Mhm.
we're putting together a group of like-minded, driven individuals, entrepreneurs, minorities, where they can bounce ideas off each other, just talk about the things that they're dealing with as entrepreneurs. So that's
Yeah.
one thing. And then
Well, let's plug that real quick. If there is maybe an accountant that's watching this that would want to talk more with you about some
okay,
things, like what would be the best way for them to get in touch with you?
best way. You can DM me. No,
Okay. Yeah. On
you
Facebook.
can. Well, I'm more active on Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah, my handle is Miranda.Basden. But my website, BasdenAccounting.com, the inquiry there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. There you go. Awesome. Well, that's really exciting stuff. And I know on the accounting end where I see we'll have a conversation around what is your next, what's the upcoming vision that you have for the rest of the year, and potentially looking at do we want to bring in team to maybe start to look at getting, being able to make sure you can stay the business owner, right? And be able to
Mhm.
continue to drive more of these advisory deals and continue to help more business owners like this. But we'll have a conversation and
Yeah, we
see.
should. I hadn't thought about that. See, my mind, that's why I like having advisors, coaches.
Mhm.
I don't know your official, position, title, but because in my mind, I'm like, okay, once I get to a certain salary or a certain amount, I don't require much. I'm
Mhm.
good. I just want a nice little paycheck. I can
Mhm.
go buy my Smoothie King, or, I don't need a whole lot, but I do have other things that I want to do outside of accounting, which is like I have a podcast in mind. We're in my podcast studio now that needs some financing.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yep.
yeah, but in my mind, I've been limited in my thinking. So I wouldn't have even thought about, because you're pretty much talking about scaling.
Mhm.
And
Right.
I hadn't even gone there yet.
Right. So I think that's the next conversation for us, just to,
Yeah.
like to paint that picture of what's going forward. I think it's looking at that piece, right? To make sure you don't get stuck in the business so much, right? So, and then
And
you
I
can
see
you
that
can
happen.
do
Yeah.
things like the podcast and finance the podcast, or other ventures or other things that you want to be involved
Mhm.
in. So um what who do you think, based on our time working together so far, Miranda, like what type of accountant or who do you think would be a good fit for working together with us?
Um, I would say the qualities would have to be teachable. Um, just being in a place where you want to be better. Like just you're eager to improve.
Mhm.
And it may not necessarily, like for me, I feel like I was in a desperate place, but I don't even think you necessarily have to be in a desperate place. Like I think it's a spectrum, because you guys offer a whole lot of value in so many ways,
Mhm.
honestly. So yeah.
Yeah. Could you detail maybe a couple of those things that come up when you say that? Just so that people have an idea.
Oh goodness
I know
gracious.
I'm putting
Okay.
you on the spot.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. No, because I have to go to a deep place to. But like, okay, if y'all hadn't pushed me, so last week, I had these things pending. Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't have to talk to y'all to have these sales pending or potential, whatever, but you reached out. Accountability. Okay, reached
Yeah, there
out.
you
Hey,
go. Yeah.
how's this deal going? What's going on? And it's like, y'all pushed me. Okay, well, this is what I think you should do. Call the client, email them, get that deposit. And that's important, because if I didn't have that, I may have not closed the deal.
Mhm.
So I was still happy with my one deal that I closed. So I was not even in a desperate place, but sometimes you do need accountability and for people to push you.
Mhm.
So that's what I mean as far as communicating value
Mhm.
that way. Yeah. More
Awesome.
examples, or is that good?
I think that's fine. That's fine. I think accountability is a really big one for us for sure. And
Yeah.
I think hopefully we've been showing up. I feel like we show up really well for our clients and just make sure that we're,
Yeah. I
you know,
think that's been the most surprising, because I'm like, you know what? Because I met you online. There's no other relationship out of some guy who messaged me on Facebook
mhm.
asking something. I don't even remember. It started in February 2021.
Really, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
long term relationships.
Yeah, off and on, you check in. I'm like, who is like, but the thing is though, it's the consistency, because I saw it at the right time,
Mhm.
honestly. And I didn't expect, like, I've never been a part of a program or course or anything. Like, people say that they're going to do a lot of things, but I really feel like y'all care about me and my business. And I think that's a rare quality, because y'all, randomly just reach out, and I'm not reaching out to you asking. It's like you're prompting me to be better.
Mhm.
And it's forcing me to think in ways that I wouldn't have thought of naturally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
100%. So,
100%.
just as we wrap up, Miranda, like, what would you say to somebody that's maybe on the fence about joining us, or not sure one way or the other?
Need to do it.
Fair enough. Awesome.
Don't hesitate. My experience, I mean, I think the most important thing is that I don't know you outside of Facebook, so I would say trustworthy company, trustworthy individuals. It'll change your life if you want it to, but you have to really take the advice, take advantage of the calls, go through the course,
Mhm.
which I still need to finish.
Mhm.
But that's the thing though. Let me just say this. I have not even finished the course.
Yep.
So, and the amount of value that is added to my business,
I mean, if we look at annualized revenue, if we're looking, I think you've brought in almost, if we annualize out those monthly contracts, I think you're close to 50,000. Am I wrong?
that sounds about right. One client replaces 5 former clients.
Wow. Yeah, that's
5, 6,
incredible.
or 7. Yeah, and we started working together January. I think it was
That sounds
January.
about right. Yeah, it sounds like it's been about maybe 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
The
So,
whole business has changed just like that.
yeah. Well, all right, Miranda, I just want to say thank you for sharing your story. And I hope this is inspiring for some of you guys watching. I'm inspired by you and the massive action that you've taken over the last 3 months. 4 months. Thank you so much. I'm excited for what's to come with you. And I know you guys are just getting started. So happy, happy belated anniversary, by the way, because that was yesterday, right? With your husband. So
Thank you
uh
very much.
and I know you guys got to enjoy that. So um thanks so much, Miranda. And anything else you want to add? Are we good to go?
Let me think. Um, nope, I'm good.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys. So thanks again, Miranda. We'll probably be doing another one of these sometime soon, but all right. See you
All
guys.
right, adios.
Bye.